court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Okay, you've been charged with criminal damage, second degree, and criminal trespass. Your bond amount for the criminal damage second degree is $10,000. Your bond amount for the criminal trespass is $3,000 for a total bond amount of $13,000. You have a stay away provision to stay away from Mr. Anquan Dudley and Lakeisha Dudley. You are also to not return to 58833 Little River Road, College Park, Georgia 30349. Again, as I stated, you can have, once you're, if you make bond, you can make an appointment with the sheriff's office within 10 days of your release to get your personal undisputed belongings. Your preliminary hearing date is March 28th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. And Ms. Allen, I see that you have no job, so I've appointed counsel to represent you in this matter. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You can be,
Thank you.
go back.
Yeah, you can go back there.
Alan. Dana.
You're Miss Dana Marie Allen? Ms. Dana Marie Allen, you've been charged with drug-related objects, loitering, possession, and possession of firearms. Your bond amount for drug-related objects is $1,500. Your bond amount for loitering is $1,000. Your bond amount for controlled substance is $1,500, and your bond amount for possession of a firearm is, during the commission of a crime, is $7,000, for a total bond amount of $16,000. Your preliminary hearing date is March 28th, 2022, and you do qualify for a court-appointed counsel, so I'm going to appoint counsel to represent you, ma'am. Do you have any questions? Are you free to go? Thank you.
Brown.
Hello, you're Miss Tamala Yvonne Brown?
Yes.
Miss Brown, you've been charged with criminal trespass and battery. Your bond amount for each charge is $3,500 for a total bond amount of $7,000. You have a stay away provision to stay away from Mr. Mark Brown. You are not to return to 3358 Deer Crossing Drive, Jonesboro, Georgia. If and when you make bond, you can go and within 10 days make an appointment with the sheriff or local police to retrieve your undisputed personal belongings. And you've been charged with misdemeanors, ma'am. So do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing at this time?
I really didn't understand what you was talking about the misdemeanors and the waiving.
Okay. If you waive a preliminary hearing, that means that you don't have to go through the process of them proving the charges against you in this level of magistrate court. You'll just go straight to state court. You don't have to waive it, ma'am. I looked at, according to your court-appointed form, you qualify for court-appointed counsel, so I can put you down for a preliminary hearing, and once you have a chance to talk to your attorney, you can decide to waive it at a later date, ma'am.
Okay.
So I'm going to, no problem. I'm going to put you down for a preliminary hearing date of March 29th, 2022. Do you have any questions beyond that, Ms. Brown?
No.
All right, you're free to go, ma'am.
Coleman. Coleman.
Are you Miss Shamiria Juliet Coleman?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Coleman, your bond amount for criminal trespass is $3,000. Now I have a few questions for you. It appears that there's an allegation that you, I I guess, coming into your daughter's room, Anisha Colvin. How old is your daughter, ma'am?
She's 20.
20. And she lives with you?
Yes, ma'am, she does.
Okay. And it's your home or are you renting it?
It's my home, the whole home is mine. Me and her father, it's our house.
Okay. Well, I'm reluctant to give you a stay away provision. I'm going to say stay away from Miss Anisha Colvin, but I'm not going to put a stay away from provision since this appears to be your home, ma'am. In regards to court appointed counsel, are you working, ma'am?
I do home improvement, so I actually work on my own terms. I'm not receiving a paycheck, so it's a 1040, right? 1099.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, that way.
How much do you normally make per month, ma'am? Can you guesstimate, or it just depends on when you work?
I estimate some money. I say around about 1,000. Around about 1,000 a month, plus my kid's father, he's a operator, truck owner, so we do that too. So I'm a at-home mom. I have 9 kids too, and I do that on my own work. Yes, ma'am.
Hold on, you say you have 9 kids, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. I have 5 boys, 4 girls, and I lost one July the 13th, 15-year-old.
Sorry to hear that, ma'am. I'm going to appoint counsel to represent you. Again, you have a stay away provision to stay away from Miss Anisha Colvin and to not violate any laws while if you are able to bond out. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am. Thank you, Judge, Your Honor.
All right, you're free to go, ma'am.
Thank you.
Daniel.
You're Miss Nikita Ricky Daniel, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think I had a question regarding sorry, give me a minute. I had read it. It said you had an altercation with your juvenile daughter, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
How old is your daughter?
15.
15. Does she stay with you, ma'am? I guess, or are y'all staying together?
Yes.
Okay. At this time, I'm not giving you bond for the criminal. You've been charged with simple battery and criminal cruelty to children in 1st degree. The bond for the battery is $4,000, but there is no bond. I'm denying it for the the cruelty to children in 1st degree, ma'am. You do qualify for counsel, so I have appointed counsel to represent you.
Yes, thank
Do you have any questions, ma'am?
You said
All right,
4,000.
thank you. It's $4,000 for the battery, but I did not give you I'm not giving bond for the criminal cruelty to children. Your attorney, when you talk to them, they can talk to you more about if you want to try to make a motion for bond, but at this time, I'm not granting bond for that, ma'am.
So do I have to stay here until you make the bond for that, or can I bond out?
Yeah, do a motion for bond, ma'am, but at this point, considering what the charge was, I wasn't giving you bond for that.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, do you have any other questions, ma'am?
No, I just wanted to make sure that do I have to stay here because you didn't put a bond up?
Yeah, my apologies. I didn't tell you. Your preliminary hearing date is March 28, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Again, once you talk to your counsel, they may be able to get you a bond prior to that date and you're able to bond out. But at this point, I am not giving bond. So that is what I'm stating, ma'am. So correct.
Thank you. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You're Miss Brady Jackson, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Jackson, you've been charged with battery. Your bond amount is $3,500. You have a stay away provision to stay away from Mr. Dewan Hill. Your extension return to 1302 Hollenbeck Lane, Riverdale, Georgia, 30296. If and when you do make bond, you can contact the sheriff's office within 10 days of making bond and get your personal belongings. At this time, do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, I do.
Yes. But you don't have to waive it, ma'am. If you can decide to waive it at a later date.
Not about preliminary hearing, but the house that I stay in, I rent it out myself. I'm on the lease, just me.
Okay. It looks like from what I saw of the warrant, ma'am, it says this was a charge where you and Mr. Steele live together.
Yes, he stays with me, basically.
Okay, so until you can, I do have another question. Are you working, ma'am?
Yes.
How much do you make per hour or per month?
Roughly about 5,000.
5,000. Do you have any children, ma'am?
One.
Is it under 18?
Yes.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, ma'am, if you're making 5,000 a month, I won't be able to appoint counsel to represent you. You'll have to get your own counsel. But I will say that once you talk to counsel, they can come back and try to get a motion to modify the bond so you can be able to go back to the property. But at this time, I am putting those conditions in place. And your preliminary hearing is going to be March 29th, 2022, unless it's waived prior to that date, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Robinson.
What's your name, ma'am?
Karina Robinson.
Okay. Ms. Robinson, you've been charged with false imprisonment and simple battery family violence. Your bond amount for the false imprisonment is $5,000. Your bond amount for the simple battery is $4,000 for a total bond amount of $9,000. Do you and Mr. Alum stay together?
No, it's my house.
I'm sorry, ma'am?
I said it was my house, and when I came home from New York City, he was there.
Okay, but he doesn't reside with you. Okay. Well, at this time, there's going to be a stay away provision to stay away from Mr. Gerald Alums. Since you're saying you don't reside with him, I'm not putting a stay away provision from the property. Ms. Robinson, do you currently work?
No.
Okay, I'm going to appoint counsel to represent you because you're not working. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be March 28, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Hello, ma'am. Do you have any questions?
Yes.
What's your question, ma'am?
I already went to court yesterday, and they told me bond was 6,000 and to come to court on the 25th. Now I'm in court again.
Well, I have to check with the sheriff's office, ma'am. I wasn't aware you were in court yesterday. All I have is the bond. I have the today for this amount, so I have to check with the sheriff's office. But you're saying you were already before first appearance yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll double check that, ma'am. The sheriff's office can clarify what's going on, but for me right now, that's the bond amount until I confirm otherwise. If you've already had this handled, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, be advised, that was my apologies. I forgot to mention that to you. She did do first appearance yesterday. She was an add-on yesterday. I believe it was Judge Bando gave her a bond. Her bond was from yesterday.
Okay, well, if she already has a bond, needed me to do this, it's already in place.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. What's your name, ma'am?
Trinette Smith.
Annette, what, ma'am?
Trinette.
Oh,
Trinette.
Chanel Smith. Okay, my apologies. All right, Miss, you've been charged with simple battery. Your bond amount for discharge is $4,500. You have a stay away provision from Quintavious Harris.
That's my son. He live with me.
I was going to ask, because I remember seeing his name on the calendar as well for this morning. Although it's not on this, okay, I see it. Okay, so he stays with you?
Yes.
Okay, hold on a second, ma'am. How old is your son, ma'am?
Yeah, that's my son. He's
And
19.
how old is he?
He's 19.
19. Okay, so he's been charged with disorderly conduct and you've been charged with simple battery.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to figure out who, so he typically stays with you full time, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, ma'am, I'm still gonna put a stay away provision in there. I'm not sure, and again, you know, the fact that you both been charged is gonna be, have to be resolved. I will state that I have appointed counsel to represent you. So you can talk to your attorney about how to deal with that charge for yourself, Ms. Smith. But again, until this is resolved, I'm going to put a stay away provision from Mr. Quintavious Harris. And you wish to waive your preliminary hearing at this time, ma'am?
Not right now.
The preliminary hearing date is going to be March 29th at 8 a.m. unless you waive it prior to that time. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am. You said
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Smith. You're free to go.
You said 4,000, right?
4,500, ma'am, yes.
Okay.
So,
All right, what's your name, ma'am? Ms. Sumlin, you've been charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your bond amount is $1,500. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing date at this time, ma'am? Okay, you don't have to. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be March 29th at 8 a.m. If you decide to waive it, you can do so at that time. Prior to that date, you can do so at that, when you decide to waive it, and it'll be waived. You don't have to go to the preliminary hearing, my apologies. If you decide to keep the date, it's March 29th. If you decide to waive it, you don't have to have that hearing date. I have appointed counsel to represent you. Do you have any questions, ma'am? Ms. Summer, do you have any questions?
No,
Okay, you're free to go, ma'am. Thank you.
thank you.
Troublefield. Hey, Summer. You can go back.
What's your name, ma'am?
Jasmine Troublefield.
All right, Ms. Troublefield, you've been charged with battery. The bond amount is $3,500. There's a stay away provision to stay away from Mr. Jarvis Troublefield to not return to 718 Hill Street, Forest Park, Georgia 30297. If and when you're able to make bond, you can make appointment with the sheriff's office within 10 days from your release. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing at this time, ma'am?
Yes. And his last name is not Troublefield.
It's not.
We're not married.
Okay, what is his last name, ma'am?
Blessed, Blessitt.
BLESS. What else, ma'am?
ITT.
ITT. All right, well, thank you for clarifying that, ma'am. We'll correct it to correct on the stay away for Mr. Jarvis Blessed. I will state that I have appointed counsel to represent you, so if you decide to waive your preliminary hearing or you want to have your bond modified, you and your counsel can discuss that. Did you say you want to wish to waive your preliminary hearing, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. The deputy will give you a form to sign. Do you have any other questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you're free to go. She's waiving her preliminary hearing, Ms. Troublefield.
Wait, my name here.
Name, ma'am?
India Walker.
Ma'am, could you, I'm sorry, ma'am, I might have a glitch in my internet. What was your name, ma'am?
India Walker.
Okay, Ms. Walker, I hear you now. Thank you, ma'am. You've been charged with simple battery. Your bond amount is $3,500. There is a stay away provision, stay away from Mr. DeAndre Bishop to not return to 5530 N8 Old Dixie Road, Park, Georgia. If and when you're able to make bond, you can make an appointment with the Sheriff's Department within 10 days of making bond to receive your undisputed personal belongings. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing at this time, ma'am?
No, but I do have a question.
If you don't feel comfortable waiving it, okay, give me a minute. So you're not waiving it? Okay,
No.
your preliminary hearing date is going to be March 29th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. I have appointed counsel to represent you in this matter. Did you have any? So what was your question, Ms. Walker?
Yeah, so we're both on the lease and I have a younger child that lives with me there at that address. We're both on the lease.
Okay, well, when you talk to your attorney, they can do a motion to modify the bond conditions, but at this time, that is going to be the conditions of bond, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, I'm not changing that. Okay.
What did you say?
I said, unfortunately, ma'am, I can't change it at this time. When you talk to your attorney, you can discuss modifying bond, but at this time, that's the condition of bond. I'm sorry, ma'am?
I said, what does that mean?
When you talk to your attorney, they can try to see about maybe having you stay in the property or not, but at this point, the bond has been set and you have a stay away condition, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Walton. Walton. You can go.
Hello, you're Miss Walton?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Ms. Walton, you've been charged with criminal trespass. Your bond amount is $3,000. You have a stay away condition, a stay away from Mr. Timothy Wiggin. And you have a stay away condition to stay away from 659 Wolf Creek Court, Riverdale, Georgia. If and when you make bond, you can contact the sheriff's office to make within 10 days to retrieve your personal belongings from that property. Are you working now?
I do. I do work, and that's
Yes,
my
ma'am.
house. That's my house and my children's house for 13 years. He lives in my house with me.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't hear.
Well,
We can't hear you, Judge. You're gonna have to repeat that. I'm sorry.
hello, ma'am.
The internet
I'm
froze.
sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was looking at that. My apologies. Ms. Walton, how much do you make per month?
How I'm gonna say probably roughly 24, 25.
Okay, I'm going to appoint counsel to represent you. But again, I don't know all the facts. I didn't investigate it. I wasn't there, and I don't know about the home situation. So as I stated to Ms. Walker, once you talk to your attorney, they can try to make a motion to modify bond, but at this time, that's the conditions of bond until otherwise it's modified. You have any other questions? Oh, did you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, Ms. Walton?
No, ma'am.
Okay, your hearing date is going to be March 29th at 8:30 a.m. And unless you have any other questions, you're free to go, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Oh, wait. Are you the bond?
Yeah, your bond was $3,000, ma'am.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
okay.
Good.
Hello, you're Miss Anthony Wheeler? You're Miss Wheeler, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you've been charged with speeding and possession of marijuana. Your bond amount for the speeding is $5,000. Sorry, $500. And your bond amount for possession of marijuana is $1,500 for a total bond amount of $2,000. Let me. You did qualify for counsel, so I did appoint counsel to represent you. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing at this time, ma'am?
No.
Okay, your preliminary hearing date is going to be March 29th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
All right, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Deputy, I have another warrant here for a female named Nichols. Is she there, or she didn't show up this morning, or she already
She's
bonded
here.
out?
Yes, ma'am, she's here.
All right, Ms. Nichols, you've been charged with criminal trespass. Your bond amount for that charge is $3,500. I did have a question about where do you stay? Are you and Mr. Hines staying together, or y'all just, it wasn't clear where you stay at, ma'am.
We live together.
Where do y'all live at, ma'am?
Hampton.
In Milton, you say?
No, I'm sorry. Hampton.
Hampton? Yeah, I
Yes.
don't have the address here. Can you give me the address, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. 503 Windsor Parkway, Hampton, Georgia, 30228.
You said Windsor Parkway?
Yes, WINDSOR.
Okay. Well, I do have a stay away condition, ma'am, to stay away from Mr. Sanford Hines. Until otherwise, I'm going to make a stay away from this condition to stay away from the residents of 503 Windsor Parkway, Hampton. And once, if and when you bond out, you can go back to the property to get your undisputed belongings. The other thing, I did appoint you counsel to represent you in this matter. Again, as I told the other women, the ladies, I cannot determine whose house it is at this point. It's not in front of me, but your counsel can make a motion to modify a bond at that time if it's to allow you to get in the house or stay in the home. The other question I have for you at this point, ma'am, is are you going to waive your preliminary hearing at this time, or you don't know yet?
I want my preliminary hearing.
Okay, your preliminary hearing date is going to be on March 29th at 8:30 a.m.
March
Do
29th.
you have any other questions, Ms. Nichols?
You said my bond is 3,500.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am, I don't have any more questions.
Okay, but again, as I mentioned, you have counsel that's going to be appointed to represent you, and they can discuss any trying to find another condition of bond. But at this time, that is your bond amount, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Excuse me, ma'am, I had two more females that aren't on the list. I'm not sure if you have them or not.
That was the last one I had. What are their names? Maybe I have them under the male side inadvertently.
No, Your Honor.
Alexander and
That's gonna be everyone on the female side, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Deputy.
All right, stand from the computer. Hey, Cam, you can turn the computer off and then you can head over here.
clear.
My apologies, Deputy. I guess my internet went out.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Birch. If he can be seen first, so we can go to sick call.
Who is this, sir?
Mr. Birch.
Birch, okay. Mr. Birch, you've been charged with aggravated assault and criminal trespass. Assault is $25,000. Your bond amount for the criminal damage to property is $4,000 for a total bond amount of $29,000. You have a stay away condition to stay away from Azaria Moria Gonzalez Barrio, to not return to 3040 R204 Upper Riverdale Road. Your preliminary hearing date is March 28th, 2022. And you have been appointed counsel to represent you in this matter, sir. Do you have any questions, Mr. Birch?
No, not really.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Birch. You're free to go.
You good? You good?
Did she
No.
ask me to,
No, you good?
I can't waive my preliminary?
No, sir.
Hmm.
All right, ma'am. State your name.
Kevin Allen.
Is this Kevin Allen? All right, Mr. Allen, you've been charged with drug-related objects and loitering. Your bond amount for drug-related objects is $1,500. Your bond amount for loitering is $1,000 for a total bond amount of $2,500. You did qualify for counsel, so I have appointed counsel to represent you. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing at this time, sir? If you're unsure, sir, if you're unsure, sir, you can we can keep your preliminary hearing date. It's currently set for March 20 to confirm if you want to waive it or not at that time.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Mr. Allen, they made a close up. Do you have any questions, sir?
No,
You're free to go, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Braswell. Braswell.
Look.
All right, you're Mr. Braswell. This is Brandon Braswell. You've been charged with theft of lost and mislaid property and financial transaction theft. Your bond amount for theft of lost and misplaced property is $2,000. Your bond amount for financial transaction card theft is $4,000 for a total bond amount of $6,000. You have, unfortunately, it appears that you make too much money to be appointed counsel, sir, so I can't appoint counsel to represent you. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing at this time?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Do you have any questions, Mr. Braswell?
No.
All right, Deputy, he's signing a waiver on this one, Mr. Braswell. You're free to go,
Say it again?
I say you're free to go, Mr. Braswell. The deputy will give you the waiver to sign.
Okay.
All right,
Do
thank you.
I have a court date or?
If you waive your preliminary hearing, you don't have a court date, sir. And if you're unsure about how to proceed, we can keep your court date set. So do you want to waive your preliminary hearing date, or do you want to talk to an attorney and then decide to waive it later?
Okay, but as of right now, I could bill.
Yeah, right now your bill is $6,000. I just need to know if you're going to waive your preliminary hearing at this time.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, that's fine. The deputy will give you the waiver form to sign, sir.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Brinkley.
Morning.
Are you Mr. Chaston Leonard Brinkley?
No.
All right, Mr. Brinkley, you've been charged with 2 counts of criminal trespass. Your bond amount is $3,500 for both, so a total bond amount of $7,000. You have a stay away condition to stay away from Miss Shantrilla Brinkley and Sonia James. And as for appointed counsel, you did qualify, so I appointed counsel to represent you in this matter. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing in this matter, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you have any other questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, deputy, he's going to sign a waiver for his preliminary hearing.
Yes,
Thank you, Mr. Brinkley.
Former name is Arnold. How you doing right there?
All right, Mr. Farmer, DeAndre Jaden Farmer.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you've been charged with aggravated assault and terroristic threats. At this time, I am not giving bond for those charges. You did qualify for appointed counsel, so you will have counsel to assist in your defense. Your preliminary hearing date on these charges is March 28th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You're free to go.
Harris.
Hello, Mr. Harris.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been charged with disorderly conduct. Your bond amount for that charge is $1,500. You have a stay away condition to stay away from Miss Dolores Chandler and Trinell Smith. You did qualify for court-appointed counsel. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing at this time, sir?
No.
Okay, your preliminary hearing date is going to be March 29th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Did you have any questions of me, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, you're free to go.
Your Honor, Mr. Harris waive his preliminary hearing.
He said he didn't waive it. He wanted to keep it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Hurley.
Hello, what's your name, sir?
Hurley.
All right, Mr. Hurley, you've been charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce and possession of drug-related objects. Your bond amount for the possession of marijuana less than an ounce is $1,500. Your bond amount for use or possession of drug-related objects is $2,000 for a total bond amount of $3,500. You did qualify for court-appointed counsel, so I appointed counsel to represent you. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing at this time?
No.
Was that yes or no, sir?
No.
Nope. Okay, your preliminary hearing date is March 29th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No.
All right, you're free to go. Thank you.
Tanner. Tanner.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon. What's your name again, sir?
Kenneth Anthony.
Okay, Mr. Anthony, you've been charged with battery. Your bond amount for that charge is $5,000. You have a stay away condition to stay away from Victory Brown. Should not return to 911 Wood Green Way, Jonesboro. And if you are able to return and bond out, you can contact the sheriff's office within 10 days to get your undisputed personal belongings. Unfortunately, it appears that you do not qualify for court-appointed counsel, so I could not appoint counsel to represent you based off your salary. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing at this time?
No, I don't.
Okay, your preliminary hearing date is going to be March 29th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Do you have any questions, sir?
Can you remind me of the bond amount?
It's $5,000, sir.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
No problem. Have a great day.
You too. Take care.
You're free to go.
Lewis.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. You're Christopher Lewis. All right, you've been charged with obstructing an officer, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, violation of a license, no tag or expired tag, obstruction or hindering display of a license tag, and no insurance. Your bond amount for the obstructing an officer is $6,500. Your bond amount for the possession of marijuana less than an ounce is $1,500. Your bond amount for no driver's license or expired license is $2,000. Your bond amount for the no tag or expired tag is $500. Your bond amount for obstruction or hindrance of a license is $1,000, and your bond amount for no insurance is $1,000. Your total bond amount is $12,500. And your preliminary hearing date is going to be March 28th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. In regards to appointed counsel, it appears you did qualify for counsel, so I'm appointing counsel to represent you. Do you have any questions at this time, sir?
No, ma'am. I thought I was only booked on 3 of those charges.
According to the warrant, sir, it's 6 of them.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
Mitchell.
Good morning, sir. Mr. Mitchell, you've been charged with Randy Dwayne Mitchell. You've been charged with assault, simple, and battery. Your bond amount for each of those charges is $4,000. So a total bond amount for these charges is $8,000. You have a stay away condition to stay away from Miss Mokiba Scott. You cannot return to 6358 Old Dixie Road, room 138, Jonesboro, Georgia. If and when you make bond, you can contact the sheriff's office within 10 days to retrieve your undisputed personal belongings. And as for court-appointed counsel, do you work, sir?
Yes, ma'am. But I haven't been working. I haven't been working because I was taking care of her because she's handicapped.
Okay. So currently not working.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You qualify for court-appointed counsel. I'm going to appoint counsel to represent you, sir. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing date at this time? Okay, your preliminary hearing date is going to be on March 29th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. If you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, you can talk to your counsel to do so at that time. Do you have any questions, sir?
Ma'am.
All right, you're free to go.
Mr. Ray.
What's your name, sir?
Michael Bay.
Is it Michael, you said, is it Michael Ray or Michael Bay?
Michael Bay.
Bay, okay. Mr. Bay, you've been charged with unlawful conduct during 911 call, obscene and profane language, and obstructing an officer. Your bond amount for the unlawful conduct during a 911 call is $4,000. Your bond amount for profane or obscene language is $1,500, and your bond amount for obstructing an officer is $2,500, for a total bond amount of $8,000. Mr. Bay, do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing at this time?
What will that do?
It won't, it basically the preliminary hearing is where the court, the officer will, the state via in this case, the prosecutor, solicitor's office will have to come forward and question the officer about, or whoever was the witness for the state about the charges against you, and if those charges are sufficient to binding over the state court. You don't have to waive it at this time. You can waive it later once you talk to counsel. But at this time, it's up to you. You can waive it or you can keep it as a date. The date will be March 29th, 2022, if you decide to not waive it.
Oh, waive it.
Is it no waive or waive?
Huh?
Is it yes, you want to waive it, or no, you do not want to waive it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes?
Yes, Your Honor, I want to waive it.
Okay. All right, here's my other question, sir. You didn't quite fill out everything. You said are you working?
Not currently.
No? Okay, I'm going to appoint counsel to represent you. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, you're free to go.
Mr. Rollins.
Oh, and Deputy Mr. Bay was signing a waiver. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. He's signing a preliminary hearing waiver.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Kevin Rollins.
Okay, let me get that one. Mr. Rollins, you've been charged with carrying a weapon or long gun. Your bond amount for that charge is $5,000. It does not appear you qualify for court-appointed counsel, so I have not appointed counsel to represent you. You have to get your own counsel based off of your monthly income. I do have a question regarding your preliminary hearing. You may have heard me ask everyone if they want to waive the preliminary hearing. Again, all the state has to do is the hearing is going to be prove that there's enough charges to bind the case over to state court or superior court. You can waive it, or you can wait to talk to your counsel and waive it at a later time. How do you wish to proceed, sir?
So at this moment, I'm going to get counsel from my lawyer. Also, I have a couple.
Okay. Okay, hold on a second. So your preliminary hearing date is going to be March 29th at 8:30 a.m. unless you and your counsel decide to waive it prior to that date. What is your question, Mr. Rollins?
All right, so yesterday, my parents attempted to bond me out. Yesterday, the amount was $3,500. However, they called South bonding, and however, they wasn't able to do that because they got scammed. So I just want to know about the fee.
Yeah, I changed it from 3,000 to 5,000, sir.
To 5,000. Okay, makes sense.
All right, thank you, sir. You have no other questions, you're free to go.
All right, thank you.
Steele.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. You're Mr. Dontavius Seals. All right, Mr. Seals, you've been charged with cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, interference with custody, and terroristic acts, 4 counts of it. At this time, I am denying bond for these charges. I did appoint counsel to represent you. You appear to qualify for that. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be March 28th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You're free to go.
Mr. Norman.
How you doing?
Are you Mr. Norman, Malik Deontay Norman?
No.
All right, sir, you've been charged with battery, physical contact and provoking. The bond amount for that charge is $5,000. There's a stay away condition to stay away from Miss 3L Horton. And in regards to your court-appointed counsel, you did qualify, so I appointed counsel to represent you. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing at this time, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The deputy will give you a form to sign a waiver for the waiver preliminary hearing. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No, ma'am. You say 5,000 is my bond, ma'am?
Yes, sir. All right, you're free to go, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Are you Mr. James Smith?
That would be me.
All right, Mr. Smith, you've been charged with one charge of all vehicles must safely maintain, I guess it's an unregistered vehicle, and possession of a controlled substance. Your bond amount for the unregistered vehicle is $1,000. Your bond amount for the violation of controlled substance is $8,500 for a total bond amount of $5,500.
Was that 5,500?
9,500, sir. And you did qualify for court-appointed counsel, so I did appoint counsel to represent you. Your preliminary hearing date is March 28, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
I was actually supposed to go to Muskogee today to get the hard license plate for my car, which is why he pulled me over. So how would I show that, or?
I would advise you to talk to your counsel about that, sir, because I don't really know how to tell you to advise you on that, to get your license or not, but other than your car tag. But your bond amount is currently $9,500, and once you bond out, you can confirm with your counsel, or if you don't bond out, you can still talk to your counsel because your attorney has been appointed to represent you, and they'll come visit you in the jail.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, sir.
Wynn. Right here. No. Stand on the computer, right here, get it, right there, there you go.
All right, Mr. Darrell Wynn. You've been charged with one count of criminal trespass. Your bond amount is $3,000. You are to stay away from the Quick Trip on 7390 Jonesboro Road, Mora, Georgia. At this time, I have appointed counsel to represent you. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, sir? If you, I will, your preliminary hearing date is going to be March 29, 2022.
Hold on. Wait till you come back on.
Hello, I'm sorry, my internet went out. Mr. Wynn, did you have questions of me?
You have a question, Mr. Wynn? He said, no, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah,
Okay, sir. If you don't have any questions, you're free to go.
Right, you can go, Mr. Wynn. You can go back to your room.
I'm sorry, Deputy. I guess my internet just kept blinking out on me today. Is there anything else that I need to address?
That's gonna be, just to verify how many people waived, we have Mr. Braswell, Brinkley, I believe Ms. Jackson, Mr. Bay, and Ms. Troublefield, is that correct? Excuse me, Ms. Wesley, by any chance, do you have the names of everybody who waived their preliminary hearing?
I'm sorry, Deputy. The internet kept going out. I can't hear you now. I wasn't able to hear you earlier.
I'm just trying to verify all the names who waived their preliminary hearing.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
getting ready to give them to him.
Okay, my apologies. I feel like I got Mr. Braswell, he waived. Mr. Brinkley waived. I'm looking through here just to make sure I have all my notes right. Mr. Ray or Bay, I'm not sure how he pronounced it. He said it was B-E-Y, he waived. Mr. Norman waived. And that's all I show on the men's side that waived.
I believe Ms. Troublefield waived.
Let me check.
Yeah, it's showing on mine, Judge, that she waived.
Oh, if she waived, I'm just going through my paperwork so I have a note on her paper. But if you say she waived, I trust you, Miss Wesley.
Okay.
A lot of people on the women's side didn't waive, but Miss Troublefield, she did waive. You're right, Miss Leslie and Mr. Deputy Virginia, they both waived.
Yes, Your Honor. So in total, it's going to be 5 people who waived today.
Correct.
I keep a number. Asking me to add? I don't have that.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Deputy, do you think that the gentleman can hear her?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear better now.
Okay. All right, so let's just start again. We are now streaming live on YouTube.
Estamos transmitiendo en vivo via YouTube.
You say you can hear that, Deputy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Good morning, everyone. Today is February 11, 2022.
Muy buenos días a todos. Hoy es día 11 de febrero del 2022.
I am Judge Case Johnson, and I'm the Magistrate Court Judge presiding over today's calendar.
Mi nombre es jueza Case Johnson y yo soy la magistrada que preside sobre la lista de causas del día de hoy.
If you are having problems hearing me, please let me know.
Si usted está teniendo problemas escuchándome, por favor, déjeme saber.
There are a few things I need to go over prior to starting today's calendar.
Hay varias cosas que yo necesito revisar con usted en el día de hoy antes de comenzar la lista de causas.
Please listen carefully as it will help you better understand the nature and purpose of today's hearing.
Por favor, escuche cuidadosamente porque esto le va a ayudar a entender mejor la naturaleza y el proceso del día de hoy.
First of all, I am not here to try your case, take a plea, or have any legal discussions with you.
Primero que nada, yo no estoy acá para aceptar una declaración en su caso, aceptar una declaración o tener cualquier discusión legal al respecto.
The purpose of the first appearance is to inform you of the charges against you,
El propósito de la comparecencia inicial es de informarle cuáles son los cargos en su contra,
advise you of certain rights,
decirle cuáles son sus derechos,
set bond for those offenses for which I am authorized to set bond for,
para fijarle una fianza en aquellos delitos por los cuales yo estoy autorizada a fijarle fianza,
to schedule a preliminary hearing,
de programar una audiencia preliminar
and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney.
y determinar si usted va a requerir la asistencia de un abogado.
You have the right to remain silent.
Usted tiene el derecho de permanecer en silencio.
Please do not attempt to tell me any specifics about your case or any legal defense you may have.
Por favor, no trate de hablar de los detalles específicos de su caso o de cualquier defensa legal que usted podría tener.
Remember, this hearing is streaming live on YouTube and being recorded.
Recuerde que esta audiencia está siendo transmitida en vivo vía YouTube y está siendo grabada.
And anything you say here today can be held against you later by the prosecution.
Y cualquier cosa que usted diga acá en el día de hoy podría ser usada en su contra a más tardar por la fiscalía.
And during this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights.
Durante este y todos los procesos siguientes, usted tiene los siguientes derechos.
The right to the presumption of innocence,
El derecho a la presunción de inocencia,
to indictment by a grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors,
a una acusación formal por el gran jurado para la mayoría de los delitos graves o una acusación para un delito menor,
to a speedy and public jury trial,
de tener un juicio público rápido y popular,
to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf by subpoena,
de exigir la comparecencia de testigos para que testifiquen a su favor mediante un citatorio,
to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you,
de ver, escuchar y contrainterrogar a los testigos que sean citados a testificar en su contra,
to testify on your own behalf,
de testificar a su favor,
and to have an attorney represent one. And if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you if you qualify.
y de tener un abogado para que lo represente. Y si usted no puede contratarse un abogado, uno le sería nombrado si usted califica.
Now, some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail pending the prosecution of your case.
Algunos de ustedes se le va a permitir pagar fianzas y restricciones para permitirle salir de la cárcel, teniendo el caso pendiente para ser enjuiciado.
These bonds may be posted in 3 ways.
Estas fianzas podrían ser pagadas en 3 formas.
Cash, commercial, or property.
En efectivo, usando una compañía de fianzas o usando una propiedad.
If you post a cash bond, someone will deliver the full amount of the bond in cash.
Si usted paga su fianza en efectivo, alguien tiene que llevar la cantidad total de su fianza en efectivo,
with any mandated fees to the sheriff's office, who will hold it until after your final court date.
más las costas mandatorias y llevarlo a la comisaría, el cual se quedaría con este dinero hasta el final de su caso.
If you post a cash bond,
Si usted paga su fianza en efectivo,
when your case is over, the cash will be returned to the person who posted it.
cuando su caso termine, el dinero de la fianza le sería reembolsado a la persona que lo pagó.
If you do not have the full bond amount in cash,
Si usted no tiene la cantidad total de su fianza en efectivo,
you may also use a commercial bonding company,
usted también podría usar una compañía de fianzas,
who may take up to 15% of the bond as their fee for their service.
la cual le podría cobrar hasta 15% de la cantidad total de su fianza, como la tarifa que ellos cobran por pagar la fianza por usted.
This fee will not be returned to you.
Pero esta tarifa no le sería reembolsada.
You may also have someone post a property bond
Usted también podría hacer que alguien use una propiedad para pagar su fianza,
as long as there is net equity in that property of at least 3 times the amount of your bond.
siempre y cuando esta propiedad tenga un capital neto que sea por lo menos 3 veces la cantidad total de su fianza.
For example, if I set your bond at 2,000,
Por ejemplo, si yo le fijo su fianza a 2,000,
your property must have at least 6,000 in equity to qualify as a property bond.
la propiedad tendría que tener por lo menos 6,000 en equidad o capital neto para poder calificar para pagar la fianza.
Now, each of you will have as a special condition of your bond
Cada uno de ustedes va a tener como una condición especial de su fianza
that, I'm sorry, that you are, each of you will have as a condition of your bond that you are not to violate any laws while out on bond.
Cada uno va a tener como una condición de su fianza que usted no puede infringir ninguna de las leyes mientras esté fuera bajo fianza.
But some of you will have additional special conditions that will prohibit you from contacting certain people
Pero algunos de ustedes van a tener condiciones especiales adicionales, la cual le impide que usted se ponga en contacto con ciertas personas
or going to certain places.
o de que vaya a ciertos lugares.
If you have a no contact provision on your bond,
Si usted tiene una orden de alejamiento como una de las condiciones de su fianza,
this means that you must stay away and that you can have absolutely no contact with that victim.
esto significa que usted tiene que mantenerse totalmente alejado y que usted no puede tener contacto con esa víctima.
You may not call, text, email, write a letter to,
Usted no puede llamar, enviarle un mensaje de texto, enviarle un correo electrónico, enviarle una carta,
or contact through any social media platform.
o tener algún tipo de contacto usando las plataformas de las redes sociales.
You can't even do anything nice for that person.
Usted ni siquiera puede hacer nada amable por esta persona,
Such as sending flowers.
como enviarle flores.
If you do, that will be a violation of your bond and it could land you right back in jail again.
Porque si usted hace esto sería una violación de su fianza y esto podría ser que usted termine en la cárcel nuevamente.
Even if the victim is calling and begging you to have contact with him or her, don't do it.
Hasta si la víctima le está llamando y rogándole que tenga contacto con él o con ella, no lo haga.
Your bond will be revoked and you will not be entitled to another bond.
Porque su fianza sería revocada y usted no tendría derecho a tener fianza nuevamente.
Now, if I tell you not to return to a particular location,
Si yo le digo que usted no puede regresar a un lugar en particular,
do not return to that location for any reason.
no regrese a ese lugar por ninguna razón.
If that location happens to be a shared residence with the victim,
Si este lugar resulta ser que es un lugar que usted comparte con la víctima,
please let me know that and I will authorize you to go back
por favor déjeme saber y yo le voy a autorizar para que usted regrese,
but only while accompanied by a sheriff deputy to collect some of your personal belongings.
pero solamente acompañado por uno de los alguaciles para que usted pueda retirar algunos de sus artículos personales.
These personal belongings cannot be in dispute.
Y estos artículos personales no pueden estar en disputa,
Meaning that there is no issue with whom owns that property.
lo que significa de que no hay problema de a quién está, de estos artículos que pertenecen.
You will need to make that appointment within 10 days of being released from jail.
Y usted necesita hacer una cita durante los primeros 10 días después de haber salido de la cárcel.
Again, if you violate the court's order, your bond may be revoked.
Una vez más, si usted infringe la orden de la jueza, su fianza podría ser revocada
And you will be placed back in jail.
y a usted lo pondría nuevamente en la cárcel.
But if this court considers your behavior intimidating or harassing,
Pero si esta juez considera su comportamiento intimidante o acosante,
you could also receive additional felony charges such as aggravated stalking,
a usted también le podría imputar cargos adicionales como persecución ilícita con agravante
or influencing a witness.
o de influenciar a un testigo.
These charges carry a punishment of up to 20 years and $20,000 in fines.
Este tipo de cargos conllevan una pena de hasta 20 años en la cárcel y hasta $20,000 de multas.
We do take these special conditions very seriously.
Y nosotros tomamos estas condiciones especiales muy en serio.
Also, please understand that if your spouse, family member, or friend is the alleged victim,
También entienda que si su pareja, familiar o amigo es la presunta víctima,
he or she will not be able to post your bond, as the court will have a no contact in your bond.
a él o a ella no se le va a permitir pagar la fianza a usted porque va a haber una orden de alejamiento en su fianza.
Also, you are not allowed to contact the victim while you're in jail.
Además, a usted no se le permite ponerse en contacto con la víctima mientras usted esté encarcelado.
For family members and friends that are watching via live stream, you should wait at least 3 hours.
Para los familiares y amigos que están viendo esta transmisión en vivo, usted debe esperarse por lo menos 3 horas.
After the conclusion of this court proceeding,
después de la conclusión de este proceso judicial,
before attempting to post bond,
antes de tratar de pagar la fianza.
as it takes the paperwork we were losing you a little bit there.
Porque se toma para la documentación
to get through all the appropriate channels.
tiempo para poder pasar por los canales apropiados.
So now some of you will be are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized to set bonds.
Algunos de ustedes se le acusa de delitos por los cuales o en los cuales a esta corte no se le autoriza fijarle una fianza.
In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a judge of Superior Court of Clayton County.
En ese caso, una audiencia para pedir fianza va a ser programada ante un juez del Tribunal Superior del Condado de Clayton.
If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond at this time.
Si actualmente usted está bajo libertad condicional, a esta jueza no se le autoriza a fijar una fianza en estos momentos.
Whether a bond is appropriate in your case will be reconsidered once your probation officer has the opportunity to review your new arrest.
Si la fianza es apropiada en su caso, va a ser tomada en consideración nuevamente después que el agente de libertad condicional haya tenido la oportunidad de tomar en cuenta su nuevo arresto.
Well, please listen carefully to what I am about to explain to you right now.
Por favor, escuche cuidadosamente lo que yo estoy a punto de explicarle en estos momentos.
And because undoubtedly someone will ask me later on when they're called up what this means. So listen carefully.
Porque sin duda alguien me va a preguntar después que yo lo llame de qué esto significa. O sea, que escuche cuidadosamente.
All right, so the purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is enough evidence
El propósito de una audiencia preliminar es determinar si hay suficientes pruebas
or probable cause to keep you detained under your charges.
o motivo fundado para mantenerlo a usted detenido por sus cargos.
If you bond out, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived.
Si usted paga su fianza y sale, su audiencia preliminar se cancela automáticamente.
And it is waived because you are now out of jail and no longer detained.
Y se cancela automáticamente porque usted está fuera de la cárcel y ya usted no está detenido.
If you are charged with misdemeanors only,
Si a usted se le acusa de delitos menores solamente,
when you come before the court, I will ask you if you wish to waive your preliminary hearing.
cuando usted venga ante la corte, yo le voy a preguntar si usted desea renunciar a tener su audiencia preliminar.
What that does is move your case along the pipeline just a little quicker.
Lo que esto hace es que esto acelera su caso.
If you waive, your paperwork now goes straight from magistrate court to state court.
Y si usted renuncia a tener la audiencia, la documentación va desde el tribunal de primera instancia al tribunal estatal.
Waiving your preliminary hearing does not affect any of your rights.
El renunciar a tener su audiencia preliminar no afecta sus derechos
Or your bond amount.
o la cantidad de su fianza.
Again, it only moves your case from magistrate to state court faster.
Una vez más, esto solamente mueve su caso del tribunal de primera instancia al tribunal estatal más rápido.
You also have the right to have your preliminary hearing, so it is totally up to you.
Usted también tiene el derecho de tener su audiencia preliminar, o sea que esto depende completamente de usted.
If you have felony offenses,
si usted tiene cargos por delitos graves,
I do not allow you to waive your felony preliminary hearing.
yo no le permito que usted renuncie a tener su audiencia preliminar porque tiene delitos graves.
You will have that option once you speak to an attorney.
Usted va a tener esa opción tan pronto usted hable con su abogado.
But again, even with felony charges,
pero una vez más, hasta con delitos graves,
if you bond out, you waive your preliminary hearing automatically.
Si usted paga su fianza y sale, su audiencia preliminar se cancela automáticamente.
This court does not have any preference as to whether you waive or not.
Esta jueza no tiene ninguna preferencia de si usted renuncia a tener su audiencia preliminar o no.
Finally, I'm about to read the oath to you.
Finalmente, yo estoy a punto de juramentarlo.
If you understand and swear to this, please respond by saying, I do.
Si usted entiende y así lo jura, por favor responda, lo juro.
Please raise your right hand.
Por favor, levante su mano derecha.
Do you swear or affirm that the information that you're about to give this court
Usted jura y afirma que la información que usted está a punto de dar ante esta jueza,
as well as the information you provided on your application for court-appointed counsel,
y también la información que usted puso en su solicitud para nombrar un abogado de oficio,
is true and correct?
¿es correcta y verdadera?
If so, say I do.
Si así es, diga lo juro.
All right, you can put your hands down.
Ok, pueden bajar su mano.
And so who do we have first? It needs the interpreter. Deputy,
Yes, ma'am.
who was the individual that needed the interpreter? We want to take him first.
It's two individuals on the male side.
Okay.
Excuse me. One of y'all come out. The fuck?
And just give me their names so I can pull their paperwork.
This is Garcia Vasquez.
Okay. And then who is the other one?
Hernandez.
Okay. All righty. Are you Vasquez Luis German Garcia?
¿Es usted Vázquez Luis Germán García?
Yes.
Yes,
You are-
that's correct.
You are charged with theft by receiving stolen property.
A usted se le acusa de hurto por recibir propiedad robada
I've set that bond at $3,500.
y yo le voy a fijar esa fianza a 3,500
Given false name.
de dar nombre falso.
I've set that bond at $1,500.
Le voy a fijar esa fianza a 1,500
And drug-related objects.
y objetos relacionados con la droga.
And I've set that bond at $500.
Yo le fijé esa fianza a $500.
You must not violate any laws while out on bond.
Usted no puede infringir ninguna de las leyes mientras esté fuera bajo fianza.
Your total bond is $5,500.
La cantidad total de su fianza es de 5,500.
Do you wish to waive your preliminary, I'm sorry, you have a felony. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for March 21st at 8:30 a.m.
Su audiencia preliminar está programada para el 21 de marzo a las 8:30 de la mañana.
Do you have any questions, sir?
¿Tiene usted alguna pregunta, señor?
No.
Good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Next.
Are you Mr. Benito Hernandez?
¿Es usted el señor Benito Hernández?
Mr. Hernandez, you're charged with no license.
Señor Hernández, a usted se le acusa de manejar sin licencia de conducir.
And that bond is set at $500.
Y su fianza es de $500.
Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
¿Quiere usted renunciar a tener su audiencia preliminar?
Sí.
Yes.
Are you able to bond out?
¿Va usted a poder pagar su fianza?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Ok, buena suerte, señor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Dea.
Thank you. Have a good weekend, Judge.
You have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Your Honor, did Hernandez waive his preliminary?
He did waive.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Judge, we're gonna start with the females.
Yes.
All right, where's Ms. Bailey? Come on. Bailey. There you go.
State your name for the record. All right, Ms. Bailey, you're charged with terroristic threats. I've set that bond at $2,000. You must stay away from China daily, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the special conditions of your bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for March 21st at 8:30 a.m. And it appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Therefore, I have appointed one to you. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Judge, Butler is in the hospital.
Okay. So we need to do a continuance?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right.
Ms. Bell, come on.
Take your name for the record.
My name is Unique Bell.
I'm sorry?
Unique Bell.
Unique Bell?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Bell, you're charged with simple battery. I've set that bond at $2,500. Simple assault, I've set that bond at $1,500. And cruelty to children in the third degree, I've set that bond at $1,500 for a total bond of $5,500. And you must stay away from Marcella Bell. Marcella Bell.
Marcella Bell, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Okay, all righty, so I will set your preliminary hearing for March 22nd at 8:30 a.m. If you bond out before that, this date is automatically waived. And it appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Would you like me to appoint one for you?
Yes, ma'am, I will.
All righty, you have any questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am, thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
Ms. Floyd, come on. Just get your full name.
Ms. Lakeisha Floyd?
Yes, Lakeisha Floyd.
All right, Ms. Floyd, you're charged with aggravated assault. I've set that bond at $20,000. Aggravated battery, that bond is set at $10,000. And cruelty to children in the third degree, that bond is set at $5,000. You must stay away from Nikedra White and Eric Williams, and you may not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the special conditions of your bond?
Yes.
Your total bond amount is 35,000. Do you reside with these individuals? Okay. All right, your preliminary hearing is scheduled for March 23rd at 8:30 a.m. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, therefore I have appointed one for you.
Okay.
Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
Good luck to you. State your name for the record.
Kara Greer.
All right, Ms. Greer, you're charged with obstructing or hindering law enforcement. I've set that bond at 1,500, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
All righty, I'm set that for March 22nd at 8:30 a.m. If you bond out, that court date automatically is waived. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Therefore, I am appointing one for you. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Come on, man. Go forward. Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
Ms. Josette Jr.?
She's at the hospital.
I'm sorry?
She's at the hospital, Judge.
Oh, she's at the hospital, okay.
Yes, Judge.
So we need a continuance on her?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
And then the next gonna be Ms. Jones, for sure now.
Okay, Ms. Rashonda Jones? Correct?
Yes.
All righty. You're charged with DUI less safe. I've set that bond at 2,000. Open container, I've set that bond at 500. Following too close, I've set that bond at 500. And use of a possession of a drug-related object, I've set that bond at 500. And you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Your total bond is 3,500. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to bond out?
No.
Huh?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set you down for a preliminary hearing. We're going to set that down for March 22nd at 8:30 a.m. But if you bond out, that court date will go away. It also appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I am appointing one to you. You have any questions, ma'am?
No. No.
Oh, all right, have a good day. State your name for the record. All right, Ms. Mara, you're charged with driving on suspended license. I've set that bond at $1,000 and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
You know, I'm waiting on the preliminary hearing.
Okay, all right, that preliminary hearing, I'm gonna set for 3/22, which is March 22nd at 8:30 a.m. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I'm appointing one to you. Do you have any questions, ma'am? All right, good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
Say your name for the record. All right, Ms. Murray, you're charged with cruelty to children. I've set that bond at $2,500 and you must stay away from Samaya Alexander and you may not return to 241 Falcon Drive in Forest Park and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the special conditions of your bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna set that for, also for March 22nd. At 8:30 a.m. It also appears that you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am appointing one to you.
Okay.
Do you have any questions, ma'am? All right, good luck to you. State your name for the record.
Dorian Mary.
Ms. Nairn, you're charged with cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. I've set that bond at $1,500. In violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, I've set that bond at $1,000. And you may not have any violent contact with Michaela Martin.
Mary. The last name is Mary.
I'm sorry?
Her name is Nair, not Martin. I don't know who Martin is.
M-A-R-I-N.
No, N-A-I-R-N, like my last name.
Okay, it's not correct in the report. Spell that for me one more time.
N as in Nancy, A-I-R-N.
Okay.
Can you repeat
Thank
the
you.
bond for me, please? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry?
Can you repeat the bond again for me? I'm sorry.
Your total bond is $2,500.
Yes, ma'am.
It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I have appointed one to you. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for March 21st at 8:30 a.m. Do you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. That's my daughter. Do I have to go to the state? Because that's with my other daughter, but I don't know.
Say that again?
She stays with me. That's my 13-year-old.
Huh?
Do I have to go through the state to make sure that she has a room to stay? I don't know if she can stay where she's at.
I just said I didn't take you from the home. I put on here no violent contact.
Oh, so she could still be in the home and she's not. Okay.
Right,
Yes,
but you can, yes, but you cannot have any violent, you can do anything violent against her at this time while you're under this bond.
So do you know where I could get help? Or do you recommend for like the help with her for me?
I do not, but I have appointed an attorney. He may be able to get you some direction.
Okay, thank you.
All right, have a good one. Your name for the record.
Elizabeth Parker.
All right, Ms. Parker, you're charged with theft by receiving stolen property. I've set your bond at $5,000 and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. I've set your preliminary hearing for March 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and I have appointed one to you. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Olivia Roberts.
Olivia Roberts?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Roberts, you've actually lucked up today. I am going to dismiss this charge, but let me warn you. You need to learn to keep your hands to yourself, and if you need to get some anger management or some help, you need to do that because where you are is not where you want to be, is it?
No.
Okay, so you got to control your anger, right? And learn to deal with whatever issues you have in a different way. I have dismissed this charge. Don't come back before me. All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Brittany Cook.
All right, Ms. Tooks, you're charged with theft by taking. That bond is set at $2,000 and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
All righty, I will set that for, this is a misdemeanor, for March 22nd at 8:30 a.m. Appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Therefore, I have appointed one to you. You have any questions, ma'am? You have any questions? No? All right, well, good luck to you, Ms. Tooks.
Thank you.
Miss Wembley, come on. Come on, nice year. George, this one here is 24.
Say that again.
She is 24. All right, talk to the judge, okay?
State your name, ma'am.
Say your name, say your name.
Tell her your name.
Say your name. Speak louder. Speak
All right,
louder.
Ms. Wimberly, can you hear me? Okay, all righty. And you can understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so you're charged, you're in jail because, and you were charged with interference with government property, okay?
Okay.
Your bond is set at 2,000. And you cannot violate any laws and come back to jail again, okay, while you're on bond, okay? If you get out of jail. If you make your bond, you can go home. I have set your preliminary hearing for March 21st at 8:30 a.m., okay?
Okay.
And I've also assigned you an attorney to represent you. Okay?
Yes, finish with the judge.
All right?
Yes, we'll have a seat.
Well, you have to post somebody will have to post a bond for you.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
All right, Judge, I do have two females. I don't know if you do have the paperwork with you. One of them is, last name is Lancaster Teresa.
Lancaster. I do, let's see here. Let me make sure. I do not have a Lancaster.
Okay, what about Olu? Last name is Oluwole.
Spell that last name for me.
It's Oluwole. Oluwole.
I do not. But if you can hold, I'm sure someone can get the paperwork over to me. If not, we'll have to, did they come in today?
They said they came early this morning.
They came in this morning. All right, we may have to continue those.
Okay.
So I will need those names in order to put together a continuance. But if you can write those down, I'll get them from you after court, after we're done.
Okay.
Unless somebody can get me those documents while we're doing the mails, and then I can go ahead and take them.
I'm going to send you a chat.
Okay. All right.
All right. Then.
All right.
All right, Josh, I'll send you the two names and the early numbers.
Judge, it looks like it was indicated that they are on for tomorrow's court.
Yes, I see that. So they're on for tomorrow's calendar already.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you, appreciate
All
it.
right, all right.
Would she be able to?
Your Honor,
Yes,
I want to advise, I had a male add-on also, a Jonathan Johnson.
I got that one. I do have Johnson.
Okay, but we don't have we didn't have a CAA form for him though.
I emailed one over. I think I emailed it a couple of, about an hour ago.
Okay, well, they didn't notify me of it then, so I was unaware about the CAA form.
Okay, I'm sure they'll get it to you, but we did send it over.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Just have a seat. Bust a step up.
All righty, state your name. Mr. Bussey, you are charged with theft by receiving stolen property. I've set that bond at $5,000, and criminal damage in the second degree. I've set that bond at $2,500. That total bond is $7,500, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand your charges, sir? All righty, I have set your preliminary hearing date for March 21st at 8:30 a.m. And I've also appointed you an attorney. Good luck to you, sir.
State your name.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, ma'am.
Sherman, okay. Mr. Sherman Davis, you charged with battery, family violence. I've set that bond. I'm sorry.
It's two Davises. This is Keywan Davis, ma'am.
Okay, okay, I got you. All right, Mr. Davis, Keywan Sabalis Davis, you charged with violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. That bond is set at $5,000. Possession of a weapon during a crime, that bond is set at $5,000. And VGC SA manufacture, sale, or distribution, that bond is set at $10,000, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. I have that total bond is $20,000. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for March 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And I don't see it. Did you fill out a court-appointed form, sir?
No, Your Honor. He refused it, Your Honor.
Oh, he refused. Okay. All righty. Mr. Davis, you have any questions?
Y'all have some charges that were added to there or something?
No.
Well, they issued out a warrant or something, so I'm not understanding the charges, basically.
Okay, I will read the warrant to you. As far as the weapon, it said the accused did have on his or her person a firearm Glock INCAU serial number AEKT150 pistol during the commission of possession of marijuana more than an ounce, which is a felony. And while conducting the vehicle inventory, a Glock AU serial number, it's the same serial number, was found. And it was also an unknown large amount of leafy substance weighing 66.7 grams. So the VGC SA intent is the $10,000 one. Of course, the weapon is the $5,000 one. And then you also have a simple possession of the marijuana, which is the $5,000. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, sir.
How about you, your phone call? Step up. State your name. Sherwin Davis.
All right, Mr. Sherwin Davis. You are charged with battery, family violence. That bond is set at $5,000. Cruelty to children in the first degree. That bond is set at $2,000. You must stay away from Lakita Atkinson, and you may not return to 119 Bethsaida Road in Riverdale, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. That total bond comes to $7,000. I've also set your preliminary hearing date for March 21st, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. So that is March 1st. And I see here where you refuse a court-appointed attorney. You have any questions about the special conditions of your bond, sir?
No, ma'am. So I have actually been, in contact with Lakita, prior.
Okay, well, you cannot any longer.
Okay, well, so I can't see my child?
No, right? At this point, there is no contact. You can get with you can retain an attorney and see if they can modify those terms.
Okay.
Modify that bond condition.
I'm not even sure if she's aware that the state's picked this up because we've been in contact and I've been exchanging money with her for daycare for my child. And,
well, we just did it today. We just added this bond condition on today. So she wouldn't know.
okay, all right.
All righty. So again, you'll have to retain counsel to try to get that bond modified.
All right, and how much did you say my bond was?
Your total bond is $7,000.
All right, thank you.
All right, good luck to you. What's your name? All right, Mr. Durham, you're charged with no tag light. That bond is set at 1,000, and driving on suspended license, that bond is set at 1,000 for a total bond of 1,500, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
All righty. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, therefore I have appointed one to you. You have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Your Honor, the next one, Joseph Editone, he bonded out already, so we'll be going to Sharif Edney.
Okay, so he bonded out. All right. Sharif Edney?
My correct name is Lieutenant Sharif Guy Edney Imhotep Ali of United States Special Forces Green Beret out of Killeen, Texas, 1st Cavalry, Fort Hood.
All right, for purposes of today, Mr. Edney, you are with no license. I've set that bond at 500 and no seatbelt. I've set that bond at 500, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand your charges, sir?
Not really. I was informed by my superior officers that the jurisdiction must be transferred to federal jurisdiction.
Okay, for purposes of today, sir, I've set your bond at $1,000. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
I was to transfer the jurisdiction to federal.
Because I will go ahead and set your preliminary hearing to March 22nd at 8:30 a.m.
Okay.
If you bond out, sir, this will be automatically waived. You don't have to appear.
Okay.
And it does appear that you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. I'm going to go ahead and appoint an attorney for you.
I deny appointed counsel. I'm in my proper person. I'm a lawyer myself. I'm only
Okay,
on the natural
so
law.
you signed this, so you want to refuse?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I put on there that I'm the creditor, not the defendant. I just changed the terms for being the truth because it's under oath and it's the truth, it's a declaration. She's good.
I'm just curious, when did you go into special forces? When did you enroll or enlist in special forces?
I created the contract in high school in the 12th grade, the United States Special Forces civilian contract. And from there, I was the first one.
Gotcha.
The very first one.
Gotcha. Well, congratulations, I guess. All right, sir. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll take you on the phone, okay? All right, thank you. Your Honor, Amir Edwards, he's gonna be your fugitive. We're gonna save him some last, correct?
Absolutely.
Robert Ellis was, he's in the hospital.
So we need to do a continuous on him as well?
Yes, ma'am, and we'll be skipping down to Aaron Harris. I do want to advise that he is 24, ma'am.
Can you say Mr. Harris?
Yes, ma'am.
And I got him, okay.
Keep your hands down behind your back.
All righty, are you Mr. Aaron Dion Harris? You are charged with simple assault. I have set that bond at $3,500. Terroristic threats, I've set that bond at $5,000 for a total bond of $8,500. You must stay away from Georgia Harris and Kenyatta Akamole, and you must not return to 223 Medical Center Drive in Riverdale, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. I have set your preliminary hearing for March 23rd at 8:30 a.m. Do you have any questions, sir? And the victim in this case is your mother? Is that correct? Miss Georgia Harris is not your mother? Okay. All righty. You didn't fill out your court appointed sheet, but I am going to go ahead and appoint an attorney for you.
Keep your hands behind your back.
All right, so your total bond is $8,500, and you cannot be, you must stay away from Georgia Harris and Kenyatta Akamole. And you must not return to that medical center address. Do you understand the special conditions of your bond?
He's 24, Your Honor. Are you done with him?
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm sorry.
We'll have a seat. Jackson, step up.
Who we doing next?
Randy Jackson.
Randy Jackson.
All right. All right, Mr. Randy McKay Jackson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Jackson, you're charged with theft by receiving stolen property. I've set that bond at $5,000 and given a false name. I've set that bond at $1,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. I've set your preliminary hearing for March 21st at 8:30 a.m. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am appointing one for you. Do you have any questions, sir?
What's my total bond?
Your total bond is $6,000. You have any questions?
No, ma'am, thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
Your Honor, Junior Jasant is gonna be at the hospital. We'll be going to Juice.
So Jasant, okay, yes, all right, Juice, all right. State your name for the record, sir. Osman Juice?
Good morning, yes, ma'am.
Okay, criminal, Mr. Jupe, you're charged with criminal damage in the second degree. I've set that bond at $3,500, and robbery, I've set that bond at $5,000. You must stay away from Adrian Boyd, and you may not return to 6030 Riverdale Road in College Park, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the special conditions of your bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, therefore I am appointing one to you.
Yes, ma'am.
You have any questions, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I get a question. I think you should remember me. I never been in that the address you tell me, and I say I never been in that address you was telling me. I never been there, and you should recognize me. You know, and I was not here. I was in LA, and I'm thanking you people for saving my life. I almost dead. You know, I'm lucky to be alive. You know. The last time you see me, I was smiling, you know. The second time you was telling me, so today you're laughing, you know. Sometimes I get emotional, you know, problem. you know, they did me something wrong, which you know that the only accusation.
Well, sir, I have appointed an attorney to you. Remember I said earlier, not to give me any specifics about your case. I have appointed an attorney. And so if you can bond out. And then if not, your attorney will come and talk to you and you can tell him all that information.
Yes, ma'am. I'll take the bond out.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Go back to you and make your phone call. Step up, Lloyd. I don't know, you can pay attention. State your name.
Charles Louis.
Say your name again?
Charles Louis.
Oh, okay. Mr. Lloyd, you're charged with fleeing from a police officer. I have set that bond at $1,000 and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
All righty. I will set that for March 22nd at 8:30 a.m. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Therefore, I am appointing one to you. You have any questions, sir? All right, good luck to you.
Brandon Warner.
All right, Mr. Morning, you're charged with criminal trespass property damage. Set that bond at $2,000 and you must stay away from Caitlin Hendricks and you may not return to 3047 Needham's Court in Ellenwood. And you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
I do not want to waive it.
You do not?
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna set that for March 22nd at 8:30 a.m. And it appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am appointing one to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Do you have any questions, sir? You have any questions?
Well, from my understanding, well, no, ma'am, I don't.
All righty, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Step up, sir. State your name.
Richard Ney.
All right, Mr. Nay, you're charged with criminal trespass. I've set that bond at $1,500 and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
All righty. Are you able to bond out, sir?
No.
You're not going to be able to bond out?
No.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and set your preliminary hearing date, all right? As a precaution. So I'm going to set that for March 22nd at 8:30 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
It do appear that you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, therefore I am appointing one to you.
So am I supposed to stay in jail till then?
Unless you make bond, yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, so March 22nd is your next court date. Your bond is set at $1,500. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, Mr. You may ask me to look up. Mr. Nate, let me get you to print your name right there and sign right there, okay? State your name, sir.
Aaron Oliver.
All right, Mr. Oliver, you're charged with theft by receiving stolen property. I am not able to set bond at this time. It appears that you are currently on probation in Fayette County. You were placed on a 12-month probation on December 6th of 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are currently also out on bond for Clayton County for some additional charges. If you make bond, you are not to violate any laws while out on bond. I have set your preliminary hearing date for March 23rd at 8:30 a.m.
March 23rd.
I'm sorry, yes, March 23rd. And it appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am appointing one to you.
All right.
Do you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
It says I am out on bond in Clayton County, because I was thinking it said the charges were disposed online. That's what
Well,
I-
it didn't show disposed on your criminal record. I have appointed an attorney, so your attorney can look into that for you.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty, good luck to you.
Corey Perkins.
All right, Mr. Corey Thomas Perkins, you're charged with improper lane change. I've set that bond at 500, and DUI, I've set that bond at 2,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
All righty, I'm going to set that hearing for March 22nd at 8:30 a.m. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am appointing an attorney for you. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Could you tell me the total one more time, please?
That total bond, I'm sorry, is 2,500.
All right, thank you.
All right, good luck.
State your name.
Bridget Williams.
What did you say your name was?
Bridget Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, you're charged with obstruction of an officer. I've set that bond at 1,500, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
You said yes or no?
No.
No, okay. I will set that hearing for March 22nd at 8:30 a.m. Now, Deputy, I don't see a sheet for him, a court appointed. Oh, here it is. All right, I got it. Yes. It appears that you do not qualify for a court appointed attorney. So I cannot appoint an attorney to you.
You say you cannot?
No, your income is higher than our threshold amount. So I cannot, you will have to retain your own attorney. The court can look at your income once you start going back to court, and a determination can be made later on, whether you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, okay? What is your total monthly income right now?
I just put it on there. I just started a job at Amazon, so I can't really tell you right now. Probably like
Say that again?
I just started a job at Amazon, so I don't really know. I just started a job. I ain't my first day tomorrow. I mean, my first day today, so I can't really tell you.
When you put on your form, it was 3,500.
I know, I just put it on there, just put some on there. So I'm trying to
Okay. All righty, so I'll go ahead and appoint you an attorney. Your preliminary hearing date was 3/22. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, this next one's gonna be the add-on Jonathan Johnson.
Yes, sir. All right, Mr. Johnson, Jonathan Johnson, correct? All right, Mr. Johnson, you're charged with DUI. I've set that bond at 4,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
What does DUI less safe mean?
It just means there's no reading and that you were too intoxicated where it wasn't safe for you to be driving.
All right.
Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
You said no?
No, ma'am.
I can't understand what you're saying.
No, ma'am.
Okay, all righty. I will set that for March 22nd. At 8:30 a.m. And so do you desire that I appoint an attorney for you?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty.
Somebody else said it 2,000. That's something like that. Excuse me, ma'am. Somebody else DUI was set to $2,000, but mine was set at 4,000.
Mr. Johnson, you have a history of DUIs. You've had several DUIs. That's why yours was more. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Now you have the fugitive, ma'am. Step up, sir.
Who do we have now?
The fugitive, Mr. Edwards.
Oh, okay, so hold on one second. Let me grab that information.
Don't sign yet. She'll go over with you first. Go back to your unit. Over on your turn. You have an officer on the floor first.
All righty, sir, I'm ready. Deputy. All right. This is what we call, sir, an extradition hearing. All the rights of which I advised earlier apply to you as well. But your appearance before this court is a little different. You do not have criminal charges pending against you here in Clayton County. You have been brought before this court because you have charges pending against you in another state. And that state is requesting your return to answer to charges in that state. You are being charged with being a fugitive from the state of California and that you're wanted for the offense of failure to appear. You may contest extradition or you may waive extradition and voluntarily return to the state without going through a formal extradition process. If you decide to contest extradition, you will be committed to the Clayton County jail for an initial 30 days. During this time, a warrant will be prepared under the governor's signature for your extradition back to California. The court may consider allowing you to post bond, but this court is not required to do so as you are wanted by another jurisdiction. And at this time, I am not going to set bond. If you do not wish to voluntarily return to California, you may file a petition for writ of habeas corpus to contest the extradition. The petition may only contest 4 things: whether the extradition documents are in order on their face, whether you are charged with a crime that actually exists in a demanding state, whether you are the person named in the request for extradition, and whether you are in fact a fugitive from justice. You cannot contest the issue of guilt or innocence in that state. In this state, you are entitled to advice of counsel in contesting extradition or in deciding whether to waive your extradition. If the state is unable to extradite you within 30 days, you could be committed to the county for additional 60 days awaiting extradition. If the extradition is not completed within 90 days, you will be released. However, if you decide to voluntarily waive extradition and return to California, that state will have 30 days to travel here to transport you back to California. If the state does not come back within that 30-day period, you will be released. Are you in fact Mr. Amir Edwards?
Yes.
And do you have an attorney that's representing you back in California on that matter?
I do not.
All righty. And do you wish to waive extradition?
So it was an option where I stay here for 30 days and they have to come and pick me up.
So I'm going to read that last part to you again. I'm going to say that last part to you. So if you decide to voluntarily waive extradition and return to California, that state will have up to 30 days to come here to transport you back to California. If that state does not come back to transport you, you will be released.
I want that option.
All right. So the deputy will give you a waiver of extradition to sign. All right?
Okay.
All righty. Deputy, are we finished for today?
Sign all those for me. Yes, ma'am, we are done. I just want to advise also, the jail advised on.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.